Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I am the CHALL, and today at Chall Chats, the Premier League. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Liverpool 3. Overall, the subs made the difference. That is your headline. So in this video, we'll be talking about the pre-match build-up, the lineups. We're also going to be talking about the first half, the second half, and my overall thoughts as well going into their next 3 games in all competitions for both clubs. So before we get started, make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so never miss a YouTube video. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We are getting closer and closer every day. Make sure you stay tuned for more sports and theme park content. Plenty of videos to come over the next few months. And for now, guys, let's get straight into this one and let's discuss Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Liverpool 3. So let's start then with your lineups going into today. Wolves put out a bit of a strong lineup here. They went with Jose Sarr in goal. They've got Ryan At-Nouri. They've got Mario Lemina, Pedro Neto, Joao Gomez, Hwang Lee Chan, Mateus Cunha, Craig Dawson, Nelson Semedo, Max Kilman. And making his debut, the Frenchman from Strasbourg, Jean-Rigner Bellegarde. On the bench, Doherty, Traore, Silva, Bueno, Kaladzic, Doyle, of course, on loan from Man City. Tommy Doyle, of course, one of his grandfathers. Mike Doyle, a Man City legend. His other grandfather, a Man City legend. Sarabia, Gomez, and, of course, Daniel Bentley as your backup keeper. Going into the Liverpool lineup, it goes as follows. Alisson, Joe Gomez, Dominic Szoboszlai, Alex McAllister, Mohamed Salah, Curtis Jones, Cody Gakpo, Diogo Jota, Andy Robertson, Joel Matip. And, of course, making his first competitive start in a Liverpool shirt. He's been at the academy since the age of 5. Jarell Quansah, the former Bristol Rovers loanee from last season. On the bench, Endo, Canate, Diaz, Nunez, Elliott, Tsimikas, Gravenberch. Of course, they're one of the deadline day signings there from Ajax. Basetic, and, of course, backup keeper, Kelleher. So going into this game, Liverpool were looking to go top of the Premier League at this stage. Of course, it was also undecided with the 3 o'clock kickoffs underway. And, of course, Wolves looking for that sort of first victory of the season after a mixed start. They're putting some good performances, Wolves, but they just haven't got that first victory under their belt yet. And, of course, the run continues now. But it's a case of missed chances. So, first of all, the first half. The first half for me was Wolves all over. Liverpool looked lost, looked out of shape at times. We didn't know where they were running to at times. Gakpo in particular up front looked a bit lost. It looked like he was like trying to run around and try and find positions but didn't know where he was going. Wolves for me were a lot more organised, a lot more structured. They were high on the press. They had a lot more energy about them. Liverpool were just waiting for their moments and second to every ball. One of the big takeaways when you look back at the second half is missed chances for Wolves. The Cunha chance, there's a couple of other opportunities where they could have done a bit better. Could have been 2-3-0, 4-0 even, in that first half for Wolves if they took the chances, but it ended up being just the one. And for me, Wolves they were all over Liverpool in that first half. Like I said, the structure of the way they operated was fantastic. Neto on that wing was giving Joe Gomez all types of problems all game. His pace, his directness, his attacking quality. I felt like Bellegarde had a lot of energy in that first half. He absolutely brought everything for Wolves. The commentator said on TNT Sport, he's going to be a fan favourite. For me, I think he's going to be a fan favourite with the Molineux crowd. Bellegarde could seriously be a good talent here. I think Wolves have picked up a really good player there. Craig Dawson and the rest of the defence got their bodies in the way. You saw that chance in the first half where Sarr saved from a Szoboszlai strike from the edge of the box. Beforehand, they're all getting bodies in the way, getting deflections, getting everything in the way. You know, you've got a real committed team there under the former Bournemouth manager Gary O'Neill, and Wolves are definitely going to build on that. Going into the second half, then I think Liverpool sort of just upped it in terms of energy. They brought on more fresh legs. They brought on better fresh legs. And for me, it was Liverpool's all over in the second half in the end. They deserved the 3 points. It was just a case of missed chance for Wolves. Liverpool improved their game in the second half. They bring on fresh legs to help that. I think Elliott did well off the bench. Nunez did well off the bench. I think Diaz was brilliant. And Gravenberch obviously getting that last minute appearance at the end of the match as well, getting some run out as well. I think Liverpool just chose their substitutions very, very wisely, and Wolves just unfortunately couldn't deal with them. I think Wolves were forced into deeper positions in the second half For me, I think it's one of those games where Wolves have to take the first half performance and parts of the second half. Because there were a little sections here and there where Wolves had their moment. But overall, it was Liverpool's to lose that second half in the end. Of course, Wolves have got their next 3 games. They've got Luton away. They've got Ipswich away in the Cup. They've got Man City at home. Liverpool, they go away to Lask on Thursday in the Europa League. Then they go and face West Ham United in the Premier League. Then they go against Leicester City in the Carabao Cup. So they haven't got as many league games coming up as, obviously, Wolves. But they have some good games in decent competitions here, because Liverpool back in the Europa League this season. So it's going to be interesting for me. In terms of a man of the match from both teams, my Wolves man of the match has got to be Delegard. I think his energy, his pace was spot on. I know people can make a case for Pedro Neto. And don't get me wrong, he is right up there. We're literally talking fractions. If we're talking percentages here, he was like 0.000567% off the mark from being man of the match or joint man of the match. I mean, to be fair, I'm tempted to give it as a joint man of the match here this week. But Neto and Delegard were both fantastic. For Liverpool, I've got to give it to for Diaz for that second half. I think there was a few players that could have been in that second half, but for me, Diaz made the majority of the impact on that side. He was definitely getting involved. His high energy giving him work here. And I think that Diaz probably deserved man of the match in that second half overall. I know Elliott had a decent strike for that third goal. I know the goals overall for Liverpool were great. I think the Robertson run was timed to perfection. There was a lack of marking on Robertson, but I think it was just Robertson acting like that shadow, drifting in the box like Casper the Ghost, like Luigi's Mansion, just drifting in the box like a ghost, unmarked, right on cue, onside perfectly, with the finish at the end of it as well, and his 200th appearance. Congratulations to Andy Robertson. But yeah, overall, like I said, Luton host Wolves in the next game for the Wolves army, and of course the Reds go and face Lask in the Europa League on Thursday away from home over in Austria. So there we go, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. I am the CHALL. Ta-ra for now. Stay tuned for more reviews this weekend.